end of May, something changes. School ends, yes. The weather breaks, yes. But something that truly signifies the start of summer takes place in the suburbs of Cincinnati, Ohio. This is a church. A church with two locations, each competing for glory. The small group Olympics. The losers, a seat for a king. The winners, the trophy.
A couple years ago, you could say that Nick and I were pretty good friends. But ever since then, he carries this trophy around everywhere he goes. I mean, it's in his office. He drives with it everywhere. He probably sleeps with it. And it just is showing his character, his real character, of showing off this glory of this giant trophy that has been a part of Small Group Olympics for years. And I never think it's fair that student ministry at Union's only been around for a couple years, yet we still are credited with 5 consecutive losses.
Yeah, so I don't even leave home without it. I mean, I eat with it, I sleep with it, I bring it to work with me. It's basically attached to my hip at all times. You know, I think it's cute that Union comes and competes in this event with us, but, you know, I don't know if it's something in the water here at Burlington or the leadership, but Austin and the Union squad just aren't cutting it.
Now, we know that Nick and Alex, they don't have children yet, and the issue is he treats this trophy like it's his child.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when clouds are gray. You know, this wise guy once said a long time ago, and it's really just, I've defined my life and I've lived by it, that if you ain't first, you're last. And that's my boy Ricky Bobby. He's my mentor, my life coach, my inspiration, and we use that quote every time that we train and compete here at Small Group Olympics.
Oftentimes, if I'm riding somewhere with Nick, I'm always the one that's driving because just I'm a better friend. But if he does give me the opportunity to ride along with him, I have to ride in the back seat because he puts the trophy in the front seat with him.
You know, when I got married, that really cut into my time for practicing and competing. And you know, since we've won this trophy and we've been competing so much, it's really been cutting into my time with Alex. And you know, it's kind of funny because Austin's not married, and he still can't compete with us and keep up with us, despite not having to spend time at home with his wife all the time. But I do, and I still got this. So, now Tommy, man, 3 years back to back to back champions here at Burlington. Let's start talking raises, man. What are we looking at here?
Back-to-back champions for what?
Small Group Olympics every year, back to back to back here at Burlington.
And we're talking students.
Students, yeah.
Olympics.
Yeah.
3 years in a row.
Yeah, I'm leading them, the charge.
And so you're the champion of that charge 3 years in a row.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And you think there ought to be a raise?
Yeah, working hard, practicing hard for that.
Like, no way.
Just the other day, Nick had a really important meeting with Darren, our lead pastor, and I thought this would be a time that he'd separate himself from the trophy and maybe leave it aside to give me an opportunity to maybe just hold it for a second. But no, he took it right into Darren's office, sat it in the seat next to him, and he had that meeting. I mean, it's just something he never separates himself from. He wants everybody on staff to know that his team is the championship team.
Now listen, I'm not saying Austin's a bad coach. I mean, think of the greatest football coach of all time, Bill Belichick, right? Like, he used to coach for the Browns and they were really bad, and then he got put into a better organization and they started to win. So it may not be Austin, it may be the people that Austin's coaching.
One of my favorite scriptures from the Bible is from the book of Justin. Justin chapter 2, verse 48. It simply states that those that carry around trophies and try to put themselves above others are just going to go down. Now, we don't know what the Bible is referring to when it says down, but we can only assume. You're going to hell.
Hey, so here at First Church, we value a lot of things, and it always begins with loving God, loving people, sharing Jesus with our neighbors, our family, our community, and even around the world. But actually, if I were to go backwards and say what it really begins with, I'd What we valued most from the very beginning for 54 years now, our deepest roots, what really gives us our DNA here, what defines and makes First Church unique, is Small Group Olympics. There is nothing that will ever be more important than Small Group Olympics. It is a hill we die on. It is something that we talk about weekly if we can. It is something that every single program that we do ultimately points to, the value of Small Group Olympics. That's where we experience changed lives.
You know, in all honesty, it's not even about the trophy. I mean, it has cheerleaders on the top of it. It has no representation of Small Group Olympics. I'm not even sure where they got the thing at. But all I want this year is for Nick to not be able to carry this trophy around with him wherever he goes.